Okay.
It's showing recording on my end with the flashing red light.
Yep. Okay, it's just
Hello?
setting up the meeting for YouTube.
Okay, sorry. See,
You're
I'm
good
anxious.
All right, you're good to go, Jen.
Hello, Jennifer Howell here from the Sarnia-Lambton JumpStart Committee as your moderator for tonight's Teen Transition Fair Navigating Services. Here's tonight's schedule on the topics that will be discussed and the community partners presenting. After everyone has presented under a specific topic, there will be a question and answer period. You can type your questions in the chat box or the comment section below. If we run out of time and your question has not been answered, we will be sure to forward your question to the appropriate agency so you can receive your answer at a later date. Any additional questions that are thought of after the event, you can forward them to our Facebook page by searching JumpStart Committee Sarnia or email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com. We will start a presentation tonight with our keynote speaker, Beth George Watson from Developmental Services Ontario.
Hi, everyone. Hopefully you can hear me. My name is Beth George Watson, and I work for Developmental Services Ontario here in the Sarnia-Lambton office for the Southwest region. I'm just going to share my screen with you so that you can see the PowerPoint as we go along. And hopefully I can get it up there. There we go. And we will just start the slideshow. Okay. So, as I said, I work for Developmental Services Ontario as an assessor service navigator. So the key functions of DSO agencies are to provide information, whether in person. Now, COVID's put a real damper on that, but on the telephone, mostly now by email, provincial website, or by community presentations such as this one. So that's considered to be service navigation, is getting that information out to people and trying to connect people or direct them in the right direction for services. We confirm eligibility, we do assessments of support needs, we link people to adult developmental services and supports. It's important to note that the DSO does not hold any funding or deliver direct services or supports. The Southwest region in which we are is a very big region. So if we think about beginning the application process or the intake process, the DSO can confirm an individual's psychological eligibility anytime after 16 years of age. The intake and application process began closer to 18 at 17 and a half years old. People wishing to apply for adult developmental services and supports can contact the DSO. This can be the applicant, a caregiver, or a representative with consent. Tanya Sangerman is our intake coordinator for Sarnia-Lambton. She can be reached by phone or email, and Tanya collects basic information. Once Tanya has completed the intake, she will request eligibility documentation or confirmation of developmental disability. So the documentation required to confirm eligibility is a psychological assessment or report signed by a psychologist or psychological associate that states the person has a developmental disability in accordance with the supports and services to promote the social inclusion of adults with developmental disabilities act. Verification of age and residency. So what is the eligibility criteria? It's significant limitations in cognitive and adaptive functioning prior to age 18. Cognitive functioning is the ability to reason, organize, plan, make judgments, and identify consequences. So that's basically given in an IQ score. The adaptive functioning is reading, writing, math, money skills, social skills, practical skills such as work skills, getting around, taking care of health and safety, following schedules. And age of onset, limitations must have been present before the age of 18. during the developmental years. Once eligibility is confirmed, a copy of the DSO eligibility letter can be used as part of the ODSP application process. The financial needs form still must be completed, but the medical portion does not have to be completed with the DSO eligibility letter given, and that is a big time saver for families. The application request is assigned to an assessor service navigator, and the application process begins. We do assessment of support needs, so we're legislated to use the DSO application package as the provincially consistent method to assess the support needs of applicants eligible for ministry-funded adult developmental services and supports. So that same application package is used across the province. The application package consists of the application for developmental services and supports, or the ADSS, the supports intensity scale, or the SIS-A, the application for developmental services and supports, or the ADSS, is completed by a trained certified assessor, ideally 2 to 4 respondents who have known the applicant for a minimum of 3 months across a variety of settings participate in the process. The average meeting time is 1.5 to 2.5 hours. And just so you know, this is the time that we really talk about service navigation. So we find out the likes and dislikes, and then we try and let people know about services that are out there and try and get them that information so that they can connect. Since COVID-19, all assessments have been completed virtually. The ADSS, it consists of 7 sections. So the intake process, about the individual, getting to know you. So we found out about goals, dreams, important 2 and 4, the services and supports, and that includes service requests. And we here in the Sarnia office have created a frequently called community phone list number for people with developmental disabilities. So that's a specific list that is used to help families or give them information about services and supports that are out there. We talk about additional medical and behavioral support needs, care concerns, unpaid primary care caregiver concerns, and then we do this supports intensity scale. These are done in 2 separate meetings, or the SIS-A. It's a standardized assessment tool designed to measure the pattern and intensity of supports a person with a developmental disability requires to live successfully in their community. And we're always looking at success. We look at exceptional medical and behavioral support needs, community living, home living, lifelong learning, employment, health and safety, social, protection and advocacy. And this again is completed by a trained certified assessor, ideally 2 to 4 respondents who have known the applicant for a minimum of 3 months across a variety of settings participate in the process. The average meeting time is approximately 3 hours, and that meeting is done virtually as well. And if needed, the meetings can be broken into smaller meeting times by having 2 to 3 meetings, whatever works for the family. The Assessor Summary Report, or the ASR, is prepared by the assessor following the completion of both the ADSS and the SIS-A. The ASR is a document that summarizes the information collected using both the ADSS and SIS-A, and it provides a snapshot in time of that person's support needs. It's used in the Southwest region when considering applicants for available resources. So if after you've had that application package completed and there's significant changes in circumstances, they should be reported to the DSO assessor. So for example, if any significant medical or behavioral changes in the applicant's support needs and or changes have occurred in unpaid primary caregiver concerns, let us know. And if a reassessment is deemed necessary and appropriate, a new ADSS and SIS-A will be completed. So agencies that require a DSO referral are St. Francis Advocates, Community Living Sarnia-Lambton for some things, Christian Horizons, Lambton County Developmental Services for some things, Goodwill, only for community Goodwill connections. So services and supports funded by the Ministry of Children, Community and Social Services. So those things that are funded by the ministry are residential supports, so group living, host family, supported independent living, community participation supports, social recreational activities, the passport program, caregiver respite, person-directed planning, specialized supports such as regional support associates behavior supports, adult protective service worker. So we'll talk a little bit about residential supports just to give you a quick overview. So group home supports, it's a type of residential accommodation that has overnight support. There can be a range in the number of people who live in these settings, anywhere from 2 people to 10 people. On average, it's anywhere, 5 and less. Host family, this type of residential support has 1 to 2 people as the main caregivers. Usually the person supported will have more independent living skills and attend day activities, or they're able to stay at home alone during the day. Supported independent living. This type of residential support has approximately 2 hours of support per day. The person lives on their own and the support comes to them as needed. The type of support that is provided is geared to what the person needs help with. So it could be anywhere from grocery shopping to medical appointments, cooking, budgeting, taking medication. And an important thing to note is that this type of person who lives in a SIL needs no overnight support, and they need minimal support. So community participation supports. So that's social recreational programs. They try to provide meaningful activities and community involvement. And below are examples of some social recreational programs. So Goodwill Connections is a social recreational based activity program. Wawanosh, they're no longer production oriented. They're more social recreational based activities, and they have a lower staff ratio. Community Skills Development, so that's the CSD program out in Petrolia with Lambton County Developmental Services. They have social recreational based activities. The activity with community living in Sarnia, they have social recreational based activities with a slightly higher staff ratio. Stepping Stones is also a community participation support program. It's a foundation's initiative that assists young adults with a developmental disability to make the transition from the education system into the community. This is a goal-oriented program that will help a person up to 5 years. So I've been asked to cover the passport program and what it will cover. So I'm just going to quickly do an overview of it. So what passport will cover is community participation and activities of daily living. It will cover programs, classes, and supports that help develop independence, social and life skills. So for example, literacy classes, cooking classes, managing money, computer skills, assistance with personal care needs. That includes fees and supplies. It'll cover participation in a community activity or event, such as recreation, club memberships, gym memberships, admission to festivals and museums and sports. It covers pre-employment and employment support, so skills training, resume development, and job coaching. It covers transportation for activities, so transit, mileage, taxis. It can help cover paying for a support worker to help with community participation and daily living activities. This includes a support worker's expenses while providing support. So for example, meals, transportation, and activity fees for accompanying the individual during outings. It will also cover caregiver respite. So caregiver respite is temporary help to provide a break to primary caregivers. This can be during the day, evening, or weekend, and can be in-home or out of home. Respite includes supervising or providing supports for individuals with daily living activities, such as personal care, while caregivers get a temporary break. It covers person-directed planning. So passport funding will cover up to $2,500 to be used to help develop a person-directed plan that builds the individual's strengths and interests, and it identifies supports to help them achieve their goals. These supports can be purchased from the independent planners, facilitators, or developmental service agencies. It will cover administration costs. Agencies can charge up to 10% to manage a person's passport funding. If an agency helps administer support, they can pay for costs up front, so staffing, the cost of the activity, and then the agency gets reimbursed. If the family administers passport, the family has to pay for expenses, then submit the paperwork to be reimbursed. So it's just a matter of personal preference, really. So we'll talk about what it does not cover. So it won't cover housing and home maintenance, so rent, home renovations or modifications, housekeeping, household items, and electronics. So for example, furniture, appliances, or computers. It won't cover indirect respite services and supports. So example, cleaning, meal preparation, snow removal, care of other family members. It doesn't cover holiday travel, so personal or family vacations. It doesn't cover telephone or telecommunications, so home phones, internet service, cell phone service. It doesn't cover groceries, food, and restaurant meals. It also doesn't cover clothing and personal goods and services, so toiletries, spa treatments, aesthetic and cosmetic services. It does not cover dental care and services. It doesn't cover fees for therapies or specialized services. So for example, speech and language therapy, physiotherapy, occupational therapy, nursing, or massage therapy. It doesn't cover assistive devices and specialized equipment. It does not cover services already received through the Ontario Disability Support Program, so drug benefits or medical aids. It does not cover tuition for post-secondary programs, which can be paid for by government assistance programs such as the Ontario Student Assistance Program, or OSAP, or supports that are available through an on-campus accessibility office. It doesn't cover vehicle purchases and or modifications, leases, or rentals. And just to note, in exceptional cases, and being in COVID-19 restrictions right now, we are in exceptional cases. The passport, or exceptional circumstances, the passport agency may allow expenses that are not normally covered under the program. So I didn't go over that just because we don't know how long these extraordinary allowances will be made. So I just wanted to cover what's typically covered and not covered. If we think about caregiver respite, so Community Living Sarnia-Lambton is the agency that covers that in this area. Respite care is a family support service that provides temporary relief from the physical and emotional demands involved in caring for a family member with a developmental and or physical disability. Overnight support is offered, as well as day activities such as transit training, cooking, and a variety of other different activities. So it's important to note too that COVID has restricted some of these activities. So currently they don't have overnight supports, and some of their training, that like the transit training, is not present, but they do have 3 days a week of respite with limited hours. Person-directed planning. It can be used to develop a person-directed plan that builds on the individual's strengths and interests and identifies supports to help them achieve their goals. We have had one allotment of person-directed planning. That was probably about 8 years ago, but we still do keep the wait list for that. If we think about specialized and professional services, we have advocacy planning, support worker. So through Family Counseling Center, DSO does the referral. The APSW provides counseling, advocacy, and case management assistance for individuals with a developmental disability who live independently. We also have regional support associates, so they do behavior intervention. DSO does the referral for this. Using a biopsychosocial model of assessment, RSA clinicians assist in determining the possible causes of challenging behavior. So behavior is oftentimes a person's only source of communication, so they must systematically rule out other potential causes. So is it pain? Is it medical issues, environmental issues, relationship issues? So once RSA learns more about the person and the possible causes of challenging behavior, RSA can create a plan for the person and the people who support them to help that person be happier and more satisfied with their life. So part of what we do is matching and linking of available resources. So developmental service agencies report available resources to DSO. The matching process then begins. We start with the highest priority and also the best fit for the reported resource. We forward the application package information to the service agencies for consideration of that person. The agency and the person must both agree to service and support. It's important to note that any services through DSO are voluntary, so nobody can make them access or accept service. Community services that do not require a DSO referral. If we think about ODSP, the Ontario Disability Support Program. You don't need a referral through DSO for that. To qualify for ODSP income support, you must be at least 18 years of age, be an Ontario resident, be in financial need, and meet the program's definition of a person with a disability or be a member of a prescribed class. So it could be a physical disability, it could be a mental health issue or concern. So those are just a couple of the things, and as well as a developmental disability. So it's important to note that if you're under 18, you can start that application process up to 6 months before your 18th birthday. Agencies that don't require a DSO referral to get services are Autism Ontario, the March of Dimes, Canadian Mental Health Association, Respite through Lambton County Developmental Services. They fundraise and hold their own wait lists for respite and Saturday recreation. And that's Host Family Respite included in that respite above, and Pathways Health Center for Children. Employment, you don't need a referral through the DSO. We've got lots of programs there, as you can see. We've got employment transitions and job path, summer employment transitions, the workplace group, Goodwill Career Center, Lambton College Community Employment Services, Leeds Employment Services, Employment Support Program that assists persons who have disabilities to obtain and maintain employment. So you could call your ODSP worker for more details. Education, we've got Lambton College, the Lambton College Community Integration through Cooperative Education, or the CICE program. We've got Literacy Lambton, Math Tutors Plus, and we've got some of those agencies talking later, so that will be great. We've got extracurricular activities as well. So COVID-19, as you all know, has greatly impacted these activities. So please call ahead just to make sure you know what the restrictions are and if they're still operating. So there's bowling or Iron Eagles, which is weightlifting, Special Olympics, swimming, basketballs, ringette style, floor hockey, and they've grown greatly in the last 5 years, and it's awesome to see that. And we've got a representative, I believe, talking later about them. There's monthly dances, pre-COVID and hopefully after COVID. There are many other activities that are available. Many are listed on the frequently called community phone numbers for people with developmental disabilities handout. So, and for additional information, we'll make sure that through, I believe, Facebook or the JumpStart website, you can get the passport fact sheet and the frequently called community phone numbers for people with a developmental disability list. So you can get a hard copy or you can look at it virtually. Our office at DSO is located at 420 East Street North, Suite 14. The office is closed to having people in at this time, but we are still working, you know, with video, or we'll take emails, telephone calls, absolutely. So I've put down our intake coordinator, her contact information. Her name's Tanya Sangerman. So I've put her email address down there and her phone number, and I've got my contact information down there as well. Is there any questions? And just know if I don't, I think we're doing okay for time. But if I don't get to your question, feel free to contact me via email or telephone. And if there's any questions, I am certainly open to hearing them. And thank you guys for your time. And hopefully you'll get lots of great information from the other speakers who are going to present later. I think it's a great lineup of agencies and people who are going to give you information. So any questions?
Wanted to say thank you, Beth. That was a wonderful presentation. We did have a little bit of a problem with the sharing piece of your PowerPoint, but I was just wondering if families, would it be possible for families to get a copy of that if they were to email us, that they could have that PowerPoint presentation just to go through?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My apologies on that. I hadn't realized it wasn't coming through.
But a lot of information, so thank you for that. So for families, if you would like a copy of the PowerPoint presentation, get a hold of us through Facebook, which just search JumpStart Committee Sarnia, or email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com, and then we can forward that to you. So are there any questions?
Jen, there is one question in the comments for Beth. So the question is, if your child is almost 20 and is already on ODSP, do you need to be connected with Developmental Services Ontario?
Well, it's a good idea if if he's looking for any type of support or even that passport funding. So that minimum amount is $5,000 to help get your son or daughter involved out in the community. And it's really good, I think, to think about the future. So what is your son or daughter's goals? Like, what would you like to have them have happen in their life? Are they meeting their goals? Is there employment that could be helpful for them? Would you like to have them have more social or recreational opportunities? Is it in the future where you think about residential supports? Because to be honest with you, our residential wait list is our longest wait list that we have. And, we really encourage people and families to think and plan ahead and try and get people on wait lists and be more proactive instead of reactive, because it's really hard to plan in a crisis. So I always encourage families to please reach out and see if there's anything that we can connect you with, whether it's a funded service to get you on the wait list for that, or to connect with some of these great agencies that are going to come and talk after me. So absolutely, please get in contact, and hopefully it'll be good for your son or daughter.
Are there any more questions, Shelby?
There was another comment that came through, but I believe it is questioning the services out there or how to connect. So the comment is, my son very much wants to figure out how to live independently. He does need some supervision though. What social and recreational resources are available for him right now? And I believe she's trying to ask what resources are out there to help him to live independently with some supervision.
Okay. So if we think about passport funding too, it's a very good program in the sense that if there are specific goals that you want to have your son work towards, so let's say, for example, learning how to do laundry, learning how to take the bus, learning how to cook, those can be skills that you can hire a worker to help teach them how to do those activities. So absolutely, those are the passport program is great for that. And when we think about regular programming, after COVID, I know that we've got Community Living, their respite program. They offered activities such as cooking classes. They did bus training, how to take the bus. We've got programs as well, such as, and I know Goodwill Connections will speak later, but they really try and meet people's goals, as do Stepping Stones, to work on those activities, those everyday life activities, to gain those skills, to give them that independence to live on their own one day.
Great, thank you, Beth. Shelby, is there any more?
It seems to be all the questions for now. Thank you, Beth.
Okay, great, thank you. And enjoy the rest of the presenters. They have great information to share. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Beth. So if you do have a question that we weren't able to receive, or you are thinking or you come up with a question, please know that you can send that question to our Facebook page or email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com, and we'll make sure that Beth gets your question. So we're going to start now with the one topic, extracurricular activities and specialized programs. So our first presenter is Julie from Stepping Stones. And you're just on mute, Julie.
Hi, everyone. I'm Julie Vanderkant from Stepping Stones. I'm a transition planner at Stepping Stones. Anna Siosin is the other transition planner at Stepping Stones. Stepping Stones is a foundation's initiative through the Ministry of Community and Children's Social Services and part of St. Francis Advocates. I'm going to attempt to share my screen. Oh, maybe. This is a picture of our pamphlet. So Stepping Stones is a planning service primarily for people with a developmental disability who are living in Sarnia-Lambton. Our service is dedicated to assisting young adults plan for their future after school. We do this by getting to know each participant and helping them develop a person-directed plan. We focus on participants' strengths and capacities and interests, centering on participants' dreams, hopes, and goals. Our service is a 5-year opportunity to explore your community and try new things, explore interests, and build skills, and build independence and relationships and friendships. At Stepping Stones, there's an opportunity for specific planning facilitation tools such as paths or maps or a Liberty Plan. Participants and families must be willing to be active in the planning process and willing to build a network of support. Once goals are established, there's an opportunity to allocate funds towards the plan as the support needed has been identified. All of our referrals come through Developmental Services Ontario, as you heard from Beth George Watson. And funding is not guaranteed, but is based on the goals set by each participant.
Are you all set, Julie, or was there more, or?
No, unless there are questions.
Thank you so much for that information. No, thank you so much. That's fantastic. Shelby, are there any questions right now?
We currently don't have any questions, but thank you so much, Julie.
Yeah, we were also going to be just reserving questions until the end of the section. So yeah, so if anyone has questions for Julie, you can always put it in the comment box and we'll take a look at them shortly.
Yes, my apologies. We'll address them at the very end of all of our presenters. Thank you, Julie. So
Thank you.
our next presenter will be hearing from Norma from Community Living Sarnia.
So I can start now? All right, because Jennifer's talking. Good evening, everyone. I'm just going to share my screen. You'll have to put up with me a couple times throughout the day tonight. So I'm talking about community living and some of the options that we have with regards to extracurricular activities and things that we community participation supports. So being involved in community life creates opportunities for new experiences and interests that potentially develop friendships and the ability to contribute to the community. An interdependent life with and without a disability are connected, enriches all lives. Due to the due to COVID right now, a lot of our programs are on hold. However, we're hoping starting the new year, you can see the people here dancing. We're hoping to do a virtual dance once a month to try to get people involved and connected through Zoom. So we're going to start with our dance parties as one of the things that we're going to launch in the new year. Community-sponsored activities, if you want to have greater choice and create greater independence by developing new skills and being included in community activities, we can help with that. And again, we want to know what your likes are, and then you are able to choose the likes, and we focus on trying to have that as part of our activities so that people can enjoy what they're coming out to do. Sponsored activities recreation activities and special events throughout the year. The focus is on fun, fitness, socialization, and involvement in your community. You can participate in community living sponsored events, teams or clubs, as well as in community recreation, leisure, and social activities. Opportunities are made possible through the supports of our awesome volunteers and local community groups. So community living, we do host the dances. We host 2 bowling leagues. We are the host for the Friendship Club. We partner with Pathways for our Wednesday night social swim. And again, these are things that will hopefully resume after COVID. But in the meantime, we're trying to be creative and plan some things that, whether it be Wii bowling, that we are going to try to do virtually. We're in the planning stages to hopefully bring more entertainment to individuals that are staying home due to COVID. We work closely with Pathways, as I said, for the social swim. We've also, with the Iron Eagles, have always had a good rapport with them and send people their way for their weightlifting program on Tuesday nights. So we're very open to try new things. And again, the main focus is that we will work with partners to get activities in the community that are beneficial to everyone, and the main thing being enjoyable. If you need any more information, we do send out, pre-COVID, we will send out a community calendar that lists all the events, how to get connected. So it's a simple phone call or an email, and you're on the list. So if you do have further questions, please feel free to contact me at the information on the screen, as well as you can contact our receptionist, Sandra, and she will help get you in the direction you need to go. So thank you.
Thank you so much, Norma. Our next presenter, we're going to hear from Lori from Lambton County Developmental Services. So you're ready to go, Lori, once you're ready.
Hi, everybody. My name is Lori Richardson, and I'm with Lambton County Developmental Services, and I'm here to tell you a little bit about the extracurricular activities that we have to offer. So to give you a little history, pre-COVID, we had our day support options that existed in Petrolia, Forest, and Corunna, called Community Skills Development and Forest Community Connections. So as you've heard from other people tonight, obviously those programs are closed due to COVID pandemic. However, we have been trying to make the best of it by offering different types of services. So we have lots of virtual activities going on right now for the current people that we support and for people that live at home with their families that are part of our services. So some things that we have been providing are some cooking classes, exercise classes, trivia, games days, skill building to help people still work on their money skills or literacy. We've also been providing some entertainment we've been having Tony Bycraft come in and do some karaoke for us, as well as some local musicians who will sing some songs for us. So that's some things that we've been doing to kind of make the best of COVID currently. We also, for those people who live at home with their families who were a part of those day programs, we are actually offering some services to them right now where we can go out, we'll pick them up and we'll take them out for a low risk activity. So they might be with us for half a day or so, and we can go for a drive to the bridge in Sarnia, or we'll try to do some crafts together, go for some walks, go to the park. It's a little bit tricky finding some low risk activities right now, but we are certainly trying to get creative with our time to make the best days for people possible right now. With our programs being closed, we are definitely looking into what this looks like for the future for us. We want to continue to get people involved in the community and having those meaningful days. So that is definitely a goal of ours, and we will keep working on that as long as we can. So that's what LCDS has to offer for extracurricular activities right now. And I'll be back to talk to you guys a little bit later about some other services. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much, Lori. Next, we'll be hearing from Melanie from Pathways Health Center for Children. And please remember, everyone, that if you do have a question, if you can direct it or just put in there who the agency might be, because once we were done presenting, we will be sure that that question's answered. You're ready to go, Melanie. You're just on mute.
Thanks, Jen.
Please remember, everyone,
Thank you.
that if you do have a question, if you can direct it or just put in there who the agency might be, because once we were done presenting, we will be sure that that question's answered. You're ready to go, Melanie.
Okay, I'm just trying to share my screen here.
You're just on mute.
Thanks, Jen.
Please remember, everyone,
Thank you.
that if you do have a question, you can direct it or just put in there who the agency might be. Once we were done presenting, we will be sure that that question is answered.
Okay,
Ready to go, Melanie.
so can you see my screen, Jen?
You're just on mute. Yes, I can, but you might want to mute YouTube because that's coming through.
Oh,
Perfect.
okay. Sorry, folks. Good evening. So a little bit about the lifelong learning program. And for some reason, it's not sharing my screen. So just want
It
to
is showing up here.
Okay, a little bit about our program. So we offer what we call our lifelong learning program, which is held in our Lambton room here at Pathways. It runs 2 days a week, typically from 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. We have a variety of services offered through that program, one of them being community involvement through volunteerism. So our participants volunteer at the Inn of the Good Shepherd, at Twin Lakes, in the Cachet Daycare, where they assist with circle and gym time. Our participants also volunteer at Grace United Church, helping prepare lunches for local schools and provide some light cleaning supports there. The other area that supports are provided is around skill building. So opportunities to build some skills around life skills, social interaction, building and constructing of different materials, learning some money management skills, as well as some educational opportunities. Another big component of the lifelong learning program is an opportunity for our participants to stay active to maintain that healthy lifestyle. So they participate in activities such as aquafit water time in the therapeutic pool on a daily basis when our pool is open, and hopefully very, very soon it'll be open again. Yoga, Zumba, many physical games that they participate in, bowling, walking, hiking, exercises and stretching on a regular basis. The other thing that we pride ourselves on in the lifelong learning program is being seen as assets to rely on in our community. So we have built partnerships with one of the French schools in our community, with Grace United Church. They call on us as well. The St. Clair Catholic School Board, the Lambton Kent District School Board, as well as Lambton College. So we go in and we not only provide opportunities for folks in those areas, but we have folks in those areas come and participate and share their resources with us as well. One of the other big components of the lifelong learning program is a social enterprise component. So it's providing the participants with skills and opportunities to plan, organize, manage their money. So some of the things that they do in those areas are they organize a treat trolley where they would have their baked goods available for purchase. They also have holiday sales on a regular basis. So they would make crafts as well as baked goods for holidays such as Valentine's Day, Easter, Christmas, those type of holidays. The other component that has been added to the lifelong learning program just in the last year is that the lifelong learning program and some of the participants in that program are now running our cinema pathways a few times a year. So opening up our Lambton room to community members to come in and watch a movie. So some of the things that we've learned along the way. So we are anticipating increased enrollment as the lifelong learning program grows and becomes known in the community, as well as new passport funding continues to be approved for people. We have restructured our family and transition support services to offer more services to young adults, which includes one-to-one supports or respite type supports, and the promotion of the lifelong learning program. So things that are happening behind the scenes. So we are currently exploring expanding our eligibility criteria for families who have the funds to support their son or daughter with one-on-one support staff. We send out a monthly newsletter, and we've expanded our presence on social media by starting our own Facebook page. Some of the other things I've already talked about. So we've integrated cinema pathways. The lifelong learning program is becoming an information tool for families. And we are happy to announce that we are actively exploring offering a third day, especially for those young adults with more complex or mobility needs. So what can you do to get more involved? Contact our center, and you can chat with me or our coordinator of that program to come and tour the space, meet with participants and staff. I just leave you with a few pictures of some of our participants participating in some of the activities in the lifelong learning program. Because of COVID, our lifelong learning program hasn't been able to operate in the center on a regular basis, but they are still meeting via Zoom a couple of times a month. And the programmers in that program are taking care packages out to folks so that they can still participate in interactive craft making and skill building via remote Zoom. So those are options that are still available right now.
Thank you so much, Melanie. We're just running out of time, but thank you so much. That was fantastic. Now, our next presenter is Tana from Special Olympics. You're good to start, Tana. And you're just on mute.
Hello. All right. So hello, my name is Tana Manchester. I am the community coordinator for Special Olympics Sarnia. So what Special Olympics Sarnia is? So we are a nonprofit, volunteer-based organization that is committed to providing athletic opportunities to individuals with intellectual disabilities in the Sarnia-Lambton area. So we have recreational and competitive sports teams. The age requirement for that is age 8 and up. No upper age limit. If you're 80 and you want to come out and shoot some hoops, you're more than welcome. We also have a new Learn to Train program for younger children, ages 2 to 7. And we have started school championship programs in high schools as well. So I'll talk a little bit about our community programs. This is obviously before COVID hit. So in a regular year, regular times, we would offer a fall-winter program that runs from October to April. We have floor hockey, basketball in Sarnia and Petrolia, bowling, powerlifting, and swim. We also offer fitness programs all throughout the year, yoga, Zumba, and strength training, and our Active Start program and our school programs in the high schools. During the spring summer, which runs from mid-May to the end of July, we do track and field, soccer, and bocce. So I'll talk a little bit more about our recreational and competitive sports teams. It's basically one and the same, but if you want to come out and just participate recreationally, we do weekly 1-hour practices, which consist of skills and drills and scrimmages. And then if you do want to compete, which we definitely encourage, but it's not for everybody, we do at least one away tournament somewhere in southwestern Ontario. We rent a bus. It's a lot of fun. We go down, coaches, volunteers, athletes. And we've also started hosting tournaments here in Sarnia, which is awesome because then family and friends can come out and cheer us on. And for those athletes that don't want to travel, this is an excellent option for them. At all of our practices and any tournaments we go to, there is always equal playing time, and individuals compete with others at the same ability level. So when we go to basketball tournaments, we have 2 different teams, and we don't want any blowouts. We want people to participate in a meaningful way and have fun. So never any worry about that. We keep costs relatively low for everybody to ensure that there's no barriers to participation. So the cost per sport for the whole season is $40. That one exception is bowling. It's $240 for the season. And just a side note, the last qualifying period, which we went through with tournaments, we did have 6 athletes qualify to go to spring provincial games. We weren't able to go because of COVID, but that was very, very exciting. So that was a first for us in Sarnia here. The fitness classes that we offer all year round, October through March, yoga, Zumba, and strength training. All of these classes have certified coaches. The sessions are approximately 12 weeks, and they cost anywhere from $20 to $25 for that 12-week session. So a lot of fun. Like if you see the picture in the middle, there's Zumba class. I think we had 40 athletes the last time, and oh my gosh, it was so much fun. School championship programs. So these are programs that we've brought into the high schools in Sarnia-Lambton. One school hosts the competition, and any individual in an alternative learning class is able to participate. So these are one-day events. It's all day. We can do them. We can do basketball, bocce, soccer, and track and field. So before COVID hit, we managed to get 2 basketball tournaments in. A lot of fun. The students are, playing for their school, and just like any other kid in high school. So they are a lot of fun. And yes, we are a sports organization, but a huge part of what we do is social as well. All of our sports, all of our practices, there's always a social component. It's awesome. We also do bigger events. We do an annual banquet in April, free for athletes. We have dinner, a DJ. Everybody comes up and gets a medal. It's a lot of fun. We have an annual Christmas party. We've started doing Duke cruises in August. We rent the whole Duke, and it's for all of our athletes and families and volunteers if they want to come. I host 2 summer fun days at the YMCA Leadership Challenge Center. For athletes to come out. It's nice to, not be at practice and just be around your friends, and they can encourage one another and challenge themselves to do some pretty awesome things at the Challenge Center. We also hold various fundraisers throughout the year that we highly encourage our athletes to be involved in, and they do. Staples holds an annual barbecue. Our athletes come out and sell to the public. And we do a check-a-puck, which is a lot of fun for our athletes as well. And we're always open to new ideas for that.
Thank you
So
so
that's
much.
in a typical year. Oh, sorry.
No, that's
virtual
okay. It just shows how much Special Olympics has to offer. So thank you so much. We are running out of time. But again, for everyone, once we're done with the presenters for extracurricular activities, if you have questions for Tana, just please put them in the chat box and we'll get them answered at the end. So thank you so much. Our next presenter is Paul from YMCA Sarnia. I know there was some technical difficulties, so let's see there. Hi, Paul. You're all set to go.
Excellent. Thank you, Jennifer. You can hear me okay?
Yep, loud and clear.
All right, great, thanks. All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Paul Scusa, and I'm the General Manager at the Jerry McCaw Family Center YMCA in Sarnia. And just wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight about some of the awesome programs we have here at the Y. Even through the COVID world, we had to shut down a little bit back in the spring, as a lot of our community did, but we opened back up at the end of August. And since then, we've been doing some indoor fitness programs like wellness floor access, lane swimming and aqua classes in the pool, and group fitness classes in our spin room and in the gym. And we also have pickleball running every afternoon as well. So we're doing a lot of adult programs. We just started doing some family programs, parent and taught swim and rec swim on weekends. So we're slowly getting back to the world we used to know. We're still not quite there with some of our kids programs. We're hoping to get more things back in the new year, swimming lessons and some other kids rec activities. I'd like to share my screen with you real quick so you can see, some of the stuff I'm talking about here. And there we go. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right. So the website, ymcaswo.ca, has a lot of great information on anything you're looking for from the Y, especially when it comes to our health and fitness center in Sarnia. It's going to give you the program schedule for our group fitness classes and our aquatics programs like lane swim and parent and taught and rec swim and aquafit and rec sports like pickleball. Eventually, we'll get back to doing things like drop-in basketball and volleyball and badminton, hopefully all within time. But if you look at the screen here, you can see everything, hopefully, that I'm seeing, where it's going to give you a bit of a virtual tour of the place. But I encourage you to come in and check out the place in person. We're happy to walk you through and talk about the programs we're offering now and the programs that we'll hopefully get back to offering in time. But the website's a great resource if you want to check it out. More information on things like Y Thrive, fitness programs and free coaching that we offer here to get people started. Our personal training programs. We have a great team of personal trainers. Our group fitness classes. We do everything from boot camp to yoga to cycle classes to aquafit to stretching classes to muscle conditioning classes. So lots of options. We have right now a couple dozen classes every week in the mornings, in the afternoons, in the evenings. So yeah, be sure to check that out, the program schedule. As I mentioned, pickleball is open for a lot of folks that want to come in the afternoons to play some indoor pickleball as the weather's colder. And the pool's open every morning, afternoon, and a few evenings a week and on weekends. So you can book by going online, or you can call us at the branch and you can book a spot if you are a member. You don't have to book to come and use the wellness floor right now at this time. You can just show up during our hours of operation and work out upstairs. Last year, we did a big renovation on the wellness floor and did a whole new turf area, all new fitness equipment, cardio equipment, strength equipment. It's really, really sharp. So really encourage you to come and check it out for yourself, because nothing I'm going to say is going to do it justice, but the website does have some pictures and an updated virtual tour that you can check out. And it's going to show you all the programs we offer, right? But if you go down all the way, you can see everything we do from our membership rates. The Y is a charity, so we have a great financial assistance program for members that feel they're not able to pay the full fee membership. We want to help them out, make sure nobody gets turned away, so we can go over everything with you and talk about how we can maybe get you a discounted rate, all right, if you qualify for up to maybe 50% off membership fee, all right? So very simple to come in and talk to us and just check out more of what we offer at the Y. Right now, a lot of great stuff for adults, getting back to the kids and families within time, but we will get there. As we keep saying, it's not an if, it's just a when. So in 2021, we're already planning on doing more than we are now. All right, so yeah, hopefully that gave you a lot of good info on the why, and we'll look forward to seeing you soon. We'll be here. We're open Monday to Friday, 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. and we're open on weekends, 8 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we hope you can drop in and see us. And if you have more questions or want more information, we'll talk to you then.
Thank you so much, Paul.
Thank you, Jennifer.
Next, we will be hearing from Shelley from Parks and Recreation Lambton. Hi, Shelley. Oh, she's just connecting now. Hi, Shelley.
Hi, how are you?
Good. I can hear you. Oh, there we are.
Okay.
And you're ready to start.
Yeah.
So we're all ready for you, Shelley.
Okay. Hello, everyone. I'm Shelley Kern from the Strangway Community Center, and I have a short PowerPoint presentation to share with you. Let me just bring it up. Okay, so our center is located on 260 East Street North, so it's basically central Sarnia.
Sorry, Shelley, I don't see your PowerPoint presentation.
Oh, okay. Just a second, I'll go back.
It's on now.
Is it on now?
Yes, it is.
Okay, perfect. So our center is located at 260 East Street, Central Sarnia, and we are a community center for adults 20 years and older. And just trying, I am having trouble seeing it now. I'm not quite sure why. Okay, I'll proceed anyways. So some of the recreation programs that our center does offer for adults are basically in a lot of different areas: fitness, workshops, how-to. We have a hobby shop, a woodworking shop. We normally, pre-COVID, we would have up to 275 people coming through our doors Monday to Friday, and then we're open on weekends as well. Of course, that's changed quite a bit. We are reopened here at the center, and we just reopened November the 9th. We're offering programs, of course, with the safety protocols. And just trying to figure out why I can't see my presentation. Anyways, so the center is basically supported by volunteers. We have staff as well, limited staff, but we do depend a lot on volunteers to help us maintain the programs. For example, the hobby shop, we have supervisors in there that supervise anyone that comes in to use the woodworking machinery. And we have volunteers that work alongside in the kitchen, because we do have a cafe that's open for lunch. We use volunteers as well at our front desk to greet people, to give tours of the center. We also have volunteers that act as conveners, so they would work with the groups that, say, for example, are playing tennis or pickleball, badminton, those types of programs. So they would be on site to greet people and just to make sure that everybody's enjoying themselves and following by the rules type of thing. Our center is basically open right now Monday to Friday from 8:30 to 4:30, and we have an entirely accessible center, so meaning our right through from the parking lot or the front doors, right in our washrooms, and our programs are all accessible. So some of our instructors have the need to have the whole building accessible. For example, some are in a wheelchair, some come by with the caravan, with Leo, so they access the transportation as well. And then our participants, of course, have lots of different needs as well. So a lot of our programs are social in nature, are physical, are basically learning new skills or participating in workshops. We have musical instrument programs such as ukulele, guitar, and some of the fitness programs would be yoga, which is very popular. We also have Build Your Bones, active aging. So a lot of different types of programs that work on keeping you healthy. And we have very qualified instructors. They are, very keen on working with people and meeting their different needs, ensuring that they're getting a lot out of the programs. We, as well, have volunteer instructors, for example, that do teach, for example, the ukulele lesson, so how to play a ukulele, and we have a ukulele band. Pre-COVID, we also had a choir, and we had a choir leader for that. Unfortunately, right now we can't do much singing, so we're hanging on to when we can return back to singing. We have line dancing, we have dancercise, but a lot of the programs just basically focus on being social, being fit, learning new skills, meeting new people. We pre-COVID as well, we had day trips, so we would have a coach bus come and pick up a group of people, and we would visit different sites throughout Ontario. So it was a great way for people if they didn't drive or just weren't ready to drive the roads type of thing through Ontario. They could have the comfort of the coach bus, and we'd have a hostess on board, and we had some great spots in Ontario. And unfortunately, that's on hold until after resume back to after COVID.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Shelley. We're just at the 5-minute mark.
Okay.
But thank you so much for sharing that information.
Thank you.
And I just wanted to let the families that are watching right now, we are at our question time. So Shelby, if I can connect with you and just to find out, do we have any questions from our audience? You're just on mute, Shelby. Hi, Shelby. Do we have any questions for our presenters?
Yes, we do have a few. So I wrote a couple of down that came right after some presentations. So the first question that came right after the LCDS presentation was regarding the age group that is eligible.
Hi, Shelby. Do we have any questions? So this question is going to be for you, Lori. And can you repeat that question for Lori, Shelby?
So the age group that is eligible. That came right after some presentations. So the first.
Oh, we just need somebody to mute who they're playing YouTube in the background. So one of the questions, Lori, for you is somebody had asked about the age for some of your programs. What are the ages for some of the programs?
So for most of our programs, we serve 18 and older to be in our adult services. The only service that we do allow anyone younger than 18 to join is our weekend recreation program. Younger people can attend that program.
Okay, wonderful. Shelby, what's the next question?
The next question, someone had asked, is our presentation entirely Sarnia based? So I'll be able to answer that by saying yes, and that our Chatham Committee will be doing a presentation just like this one shortly, and they will be releasing that information soon. As for that, I'm not seeing any other questions. Just another question that came through right now is, will this stay on YouTube for a while to rewatch if others have missed?
And I can answer that. This fair is recorded. So on our Facebook and also with our community partners, we will share that link. So it is a recorded fair. And so families can go back to it to get information that was shared today.
And that is all the questions for this section.
Wonderful, thank you. And thank you everyone for presenting. Everyone did a fabulous job. And again, for our viewers, if you do have any questions that you weren't able to type in, know that you can send those questions to our Facebook page. Just search JumpStart Committee Sarnia, or you can email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com. And I'm going to start our next topic, which is education. And the first presenter that will be speaking about education is Sandy from Lambton College. Hi, Sandy. You're just on mute, but you're ready to go.
Hi, everybody. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Sandy Bolt, and I'm the manager of the CICE program at Lambton College. Can everybody hear me okay?
Loud and clear.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so I just want to tell you a little bit about our program. So the CICE program stands for Community Integration Through Cooperative Education program at Lambton College. We are a 2-year post-secondary Ontario colleges certificate program for students with developmental disabilities or learning disabilities. So our students, they can choose from any area of interest that we offer at the college. Sorry for my phone ringing. We have all sorts of different programs at Lambton College that our students in the CICE program can study from. So that could be anywhere from carpentry, welding, culinary, early childhood education. We allow our CICE students to take courses from any of the programs that they're interested in at Lambton College. We have been around for 16 years supporting students with learning challenges, and we are one of the most inclusive programs in the province. So when students graduate from our 2-year program, they graduate with 13 integrated credits, which means that those students have attended classes with every other college student in the school. We have a couple of CICE core classes that students need to take, but the rest of them, our students are integrated into regular classrooms. Now, our learning specialists go to the classes with the students. They take notes, they modify course content, they adapt the learning to the needs of the students. So we have some students who don't know how to read and write, so we do scribing for them, we read to them, and we have some students that are capable of doing a lot of that, but the social piece is really a challenge for them. They're uncomfortable, so we have our learning specialists there to support them through that. To get into our program, you have to have an Ontario Secondary School diploma or a certificate of completion, and you have to be out of high school. You can apply as a mature student over the age of 19 without the Ontario Secondary School Diploma. So we have a huge team. We have 17 learning specialists, and we usually accept 20 students each year into our first year. And we usually maintain those students into our second year. We have a pretty good retention rate because of the amount of supports that we provide. So we don't just provide accommodations, or longer time to write tests or scribes. We actually provide a lot more tutoring support. So for every 2-hour class that a student would have, they get 1 hour of tutoring. And I would say the ratio of our learning specialists is about 1 learning specialist to every 2 students, which, as most of you would know who've been in education, that is an incredible amount of support. In some cases, it's one-on-one, depending on what the student's taking. So the really important thing too is out of our 4 terms, 3 of those terms are employment opportunities. So we look at the area of concentration that you're studying. So let's just say you're studying culinary. And we, out of the 3 terms of 4, we find you a job in the community in that area of study. And often these jobs turn into employment opportunities after the student graduates. So that's really important to know. So students must be able to communicate. This is an important piece that everybody needs to know before they apply. Like I said, we have some students that don't read and write, but you have to be able to communicate because you will get marked. You'll have assignments in school, you'll have tests in school, and you have to be able to communicate with us. So what I would ask you to do is, if you're interested in our program, please, the email information is right on the sheet that Jennifer has provided for you, but reach out to CICE program at lambtoncollege.ca. We're there to answer any questions. And if you are interested, please apply before February 1st, which is our equal opportunity consideration date. So if you can apply before February 1st, then all the people that apply before then will get interviews before anyone who's applied after that date. We have an interview with our students. We get to know you. There's no trick questions. We don't make you read or do math. We don't want to see what level you're at. What we want to know is what your goals are, what your dreams are for the future. We want you to want to come to college. We don't want you to come to college if mom and dad are forcing you to come to college, because then you won't be successful. But you want to be successful and you want to come to college, then we're there to help your dreams come true and help support you in that. So
Wonderful.
If you have any
questions,
sorry, please. Oh, that's okay. Any questions, please reach out to me.
Wonderful. The next presenter for the topic of education is Sahar from Math Plus Tutors. Hi, Sahar.
Come to college and we're there to help your dreams.
Oh, could you just mute or shut off the YouTube, because we're just picking that up in the background. But you're ready to go, Sahar. We're all ready for you. You're just on mute.
Hi, Jennifer. Can you hear me now?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hello, everyone. My name is Sahar Nasr, and I am the director of Math Plus Tutors. And Math Plus Tutors, if you're not familiar with the name, we're not just about math. We are actually the very first Sarnia-Lambton organization here that helps with tutoring services for students with special needs. It comes, right, it hits to home. I am a parent of a young adult with special needs, and I have been through the same process, the same journey that you are embarking on. So from there, this program that we offer here for students with special needs covers actually all ages. So we can work with the students from K to beyond. So even we have adults we are working with. So what are our goals for this service is to provide an opportunity for each individual to learn at their own pace and learn what they need to learn. To do what? Well, to attend post-secondary, to pursue a career in trade or join the workforce in any capacity, and to live independently and also enjoy life. So how do we do that? We have, and I need to share my screen at this point. Let me see how to get that done. Okay, I need to open this up and okay, share my screen. And I'm gonna go to my PowerPoint here. Okay, so here we go. Okay, just need to move a few things. Okay, so if I move my thing here. So Math Plus Tutors offer 3 programs for adults or young adults 18 plus. What do we do exactly? We have those 3 programs listed here. So the first program is we help with preparing students for aptitude tests. I will keep calling them students, right? So even though after they finish school, they are still students because, you know, it's a lifelong learning that we are all on. For the aptitude test, usually anybody who is going for that test will be overwhelmed coming out of school, wanting to join a trade, wanting to join the union. They ask them to prepare by writing a test. So this is what we do with them. We schedule a free consultation to look at their particular test requirements. We look at the most recent tests available. We do a quick evaluation on the areas of need. We also decide on the best schedule to help them prepare for their upcoming tests. And our instructors will be working on developing and improving their skills to meet the required skills for the testing. We also practice questions on the learned concepts, and we run practice tests for them, like mock tests. So that's one area that we do. The second one is our STEPS program, which stands for Stimulating Training, Empowering Personal Success. And that's for young adults who are looking to improve their literacy skills. So literacy could be literacy in reading. So those who are not familiar with reading. So we work on the phonics, we work on reading words, we work on reading sentences, we work on reading comprehension, so learning to read for meaning. It's always a very rewarding experience to see them coming out of this program and reading their own books and enjoying that. We also work on their financial literacy, like money math and daily math and how to handle a budget, how to make choices for purchases and whatnot. In addition to that, we work with them on their social skills and on their life skills as well. And that, not to mention, we also work on individual, like, you know, wishes. So one of our students before, she was interested in learning Korean because she follows the Korean music and she wanted to know what the lyrics are saying. So we worked with her on that and she enjoyed the program very, very well. Another person is reading the Bible. See how important it is for people to learn how to read for themselves, not just, you know, somebody else reading for them. We also offer the third and like a little bit higher program for those who are interested in preparing for college. So as Sandy was saying before, that they need the secondary school diploma. So what we do is we help them get to finish those qualifying courses they need. We also work on quite a few programs that they do at Lambton to help them. And the good news is we also have, let me just get this screen here, because I heard that with everybody that we're having, because of COVID, we're not running quite a lot of programs because we have our service here one-on-one. So we are with our COVID policy in place, we're able to provide one-on-one services, and it's running currently. Our services are DSO passport funding eligible, so you can rely on that. How to get in touch with us? Well, you can contact us. We have the phone number here. We have the email address. You can just simply go to the website and search for Math Plus Tutors on the internet. You will be able to get that. We have quite
thank you, Sahar. I'm so sorry, but we are out of time. And I will be providing your contact information at the very end. And of course, also any of our viewers, if they do have any questions, we'll be answering them after our next presenter. And so I would like to welcome Swati from Sarnia-Lambton. Hi, Swati. Can you hear me?
Hi. Yes, I can.
Hi. You're ready to go.
Hello, everybody. I don't know how to, yes, I'm there. I am Swati Mahakul from Sarnia-Lambton. I'm just trying to share my screen. Can everybody see the screen?
Yes, it's shared.
Okay. So yes, we were actually originally called Organization for Literacy, but now we are in a transition of changing our name. So it is Sarnia-Lambton now. And we are very easy to locate. It's 180 North. And if everybody is aware of the Kiwanis building, we are right over there. And our mission is to create and deliver very exceptional learning opportunities for anybody who is 19 plus in the Lambton County. So we try to help any adult who are 19 plus and if they are the Ontario resident. So we will be very pleased to help them with reading, with math skills, and with computer technology. So they just have to go through some kind of assessment, and we do have to follow some ministry guidelines, and we accept anybody who needs help in those areas. Because of COVID, we are now taking it as you have to call us and make an appointment. Otherwise, we would accept any walk-ins also. This is the way we help anybody who is in the remote. We would help them by call over the phone, or we have done sometimes the Zoom meeting kind of thing. We do offer to our learners kind of group education and even one-on-one, or if they want like very short-term workshop, we do conduct some kind of workshops also. The recent workshop, which is we are offering, is the G1 driver's test, which is we help them with reading the manual so that they can understand how to do the test, and some guide them. We do offer the same thing by one-on-one workshop or in group also. So which is people who really need help with going for the written test, they really benefit, and it is a very successful. As a token, we give them the handbook manual, which is free of charge. And whoever comes, they get very excited for that, actually. We also help anybody who wants to get their GED, their grade 12. So we help them study their materials so that they feel confident about themselves. The other thing is we will also offer, and we have been offering people to learn how to learn the money change, how to use the cash register, so that when they look for jobs, they can, they know how to handle the cash. Basic banking is another thing. We do help them how to create a budget, how to understand how the banking works, and some little text how to save and something like that. With the computer basics, we have offered lots of little workshops for the beginners, Word and Excel, learn even to understand what is a mouse, what is a screen. From the basic, we will help anybody to the things like how to attend a Zoom, how to do Google Meet, how to do the Skype. These are the things which we are trying to help all who will be coming to us so that they get all the benefits. The other thing we are planning, and we will be offering it soon, anybody who wants to go for their citizenship exams and doesn't understand how to read the book and understand the things. So these are the things we are especially trying to follow them, try to help anybody. And you can follow us on Facebook, on our website, and Instagram and LinkedIn. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Swati. That was fantastic. We are now at our question period, so I'm going to check in with Shelby. Shelby, do we have any questions for our
At this time,
presenters?
we don't have any questions.
Okay.
Okay.
And again, if any of the questions come later, we'll be sure to forward them to the agency.
Yes.
You can submit your questions to our Facebook page, JumpStart Committee, Sarnia, or you can email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com. So we're going to move forward with our next topic, which is employment. And I welcome Evan from Employment Transition.
Hi, everyone. My name is Evan Daw, and I'm the coordinator of employment supports for employment transitions and JobPath. So today, I'm going to tell you about two of our employment services. I'm just going to share my screen. Perfect. So the first program I'm going to tell you about is called JobPath. Can you see the screen okay, Jen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, so for JobPath, JobPath is a 6-week-long employment discovery workshop. So we not only help people find a job, but we also specialize in teaching people the skills necessary to keep their job and be successful at work. So during JobPath, our staff, we get to know more about you, your skills and abilities, and really what your employment goals are, so that at the end of the workshop, we can help you find a job that's a good fit for you. When you start a new job, our staff is able to help you on the job with on-site job coaching to help you learn the ins and outs of that job until you're able to complete those tasks yourself independently. And we never go away either. So say you're doing really well on the job and you get a promotion and you're given more responsibilities, more tasks, our job coaches can come back in and help you learn those new tasks as well. So we have really solid relationships with our employer partners, and we have clients who've been working at employers for years and years, and as they gain more skills, more experience, we come in and help them and learn those new skills as well. Right now, because of COVID-19, we're pleased to offer the JobPath Employment Discovery Workshop virtually. So all you need to participate is a laptop and an internet connection. For people that don't have access to the required technology, we're happy to be able to provide that to them as well, everything they need to participate. So if you know anyone who's interested in participating in JobPath, please have them give us a call. Our phone number is 519-332-4004, or they can email us as well at info@employment-transitions.com. And then the next employment program I'm going to talk to you about is called Summer Employment Transitions. So Summer Employment Transitions, we call it SET for short, because it's a big name. It's an award-winning employment service that's recognized around the world for its innovative approach to helping young people with a disability find summer employment. Our SET staff finds local businesses that hire our participants for paid summer jobs. All set summer jobs are paid at minimum wage or better. So they're all paid at $14.25 or more. Each set participant works all summer long with a dedicated job coach who acts as a peer role model while providing on-the-job training. Typically, we open up registration for summer employment transitions in early March. So if you want to, please feel free to visit our website next March, and there'll be a link here at the bottom where you can just check for our online registration form. So in order to be eligible for SET, you have to be between 16 and 29 years of age with a self-declared disability, be a new or returning student, be legally allowed to work in Canada, and have a social insurance number. So for more information on job path or summer employment transitions, please visit our website, which is www.employment-transitions.com. Thanks very much.
Thank you so much, Evan. Our next presenter is Shelby from Goodwill Career Center.
Sorry, just one second.
I'm just waiting for my video to connect. Can you see me now?
Just one sec, Shelby. Sorry about that.
Yep, of course, no problem.
Can't see yet, but can hear you. Oh,
all right,
now I can see.
See and hear me now? Awesome, great. Hi everyone, my name is Shelby Griggs and I'm the Community Engagement Facilitator at the Goodwill Goodwill Ontario Great Lakes Career Center here in Sarnia. Currently, we're offering all of our career services virtually, so you're able to connect with an employment consultant virtually for all of your employment needs. So we're able to help you with all the things that you'll need to become job ready. So resume, cover letter, interview skills. We have a lot of different workshops as well. Communication, how to talk to your boss, navigating friendships at work. Lots of different workshops, skills, things that we can teach you to help to get you job ready. And then once you are job ready, we help to connect you to employers. So today I'm going to speak about two programs. So the first one being our Goodwill Connections program. Beth mentioned it a little bit in her presentation. So our Goodwill Connections program is a day program for people over the age of 18 with a developmental disability. And you have to be connected through DSO to become connected to that program. And once you're in that program, it's for community exploration and career planning, but it isn't a one-size-fits-all program. So everyone who's there is working on their individual personalized goal plans, whatever that may look like. The other program that I'm going to talk to you about tonight is the Sarnia TAPS program. So it stands for Talent, Access, Possibilities, and Support. And that is just our program that you can, if you have a disability, you can just walk in and get connected to. And that is strictly for employment. So it's our employment support program, whether you're connected to or in receipt of financial assistance or ODSP. And we can help people with disabilities with a little bit more specialized supports in finding a job. So all the other services that we would typically offer under the Career Center, the resume, the cover letter, chatting with employers. But then once you're on the job, we're really focused on helping you retain that job. So we can offer many different job supports, including job coaching. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to me. You can call the Career Center and ask for me directly. And I can help to get you connected to the right program, the right person, and thank you.
Thank you so much, Shelby. Our next presenter, I'd like to welcome Courtney from Leeds Employment Center. Hi, Courtney. You're just on mute, but we're ready for you.
Hi there. Can everybody hear me now?
Yes, we can.
Perfect. So my name is Courtney, and I am a team leader here at Leeds Employment Services. So Leeds is fairly new to the Sarnia area. So we've been in Sarnia now for approximately 2 years. And I'm just going to share my screen here. I'm hoping to speak to you about 2 programs that we have going. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, it's up.
Okay, perfect. So the first program right now that we've been running in Sarnia for approximately 1.5 years now is our Youth Leadership Development Program. So this program is geared towards young people who are looking to get out and connected with their community. And it has a lot of skills that will help, the youth will get to learn a lot of skills that will help build their employment references, their resume, and they can add to that so that they can be better prepared for employment. So with this program, the idea is that the youth are getting out and involved in the community, and we assist them, helping them to find a volunteer placement. And as part of that, they also do community projects. Basically, it's what the youth feel the community are in need, and then the staff at Leeds support them to kind of help these projects to come to fruition. Basically, it's for anybody aged 15 to 30. And right now we have the program funding that goes until March. So up until that point, we can assist anybody that's interested in services for that program. And they just basically have to reach out to myself. My contact information is on the bottom of the pamphlet there. And then I can get them set up with our Sarnia staff, and they can be supported that way. Our new program that we just received funding for and that we're very excited to get up and started in Sarnia beginning January 4th is our employment program. So this program is called Options, and it is focused towards youth aged 15 to 30 as well. They do have to identify as having a disability or a barrier to finding employment. It is a 30-hour-a-week commitment, and the young people are paid minimum wage to attend both the group sessions and the employment placement that we help secure for them. So as part of that program, we offer all of the services: career exploration, resume assistance, interview preparation. We do provide certification and help them to complete those certifications in first aid, CPR, safe food handling, smart serve, and WMIS. Those are all dependent, of course, of the individual participants' goals for employment in the industries that they're identifying that they would like to work in. So right now with COVID, we are doing services in person. Our hope is that we will have a group following all appropriate COVID procedures to start in person in January. Alternately, we are also offering the program virtually to people if they are not comfortable coming into a group session. So we can provide laptops and anything that's required for them to connect and be part of the program. So the program is 13 weeks, and every 13 weeks we start a new session. So we do ask that the young person commit for the full 13 weeks. And then the hope is, of course, that the job placement that they are linked up with equals long-term employment, and that they can maintain that employment with our supports, as well as with the support of their employer. That's the gist. So that's up and going as of January 4th.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Courtney. Our last presenter for employment, I'd like to welcome back Lori from Lambton County Developmental Services. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Cass. I was expecting Lori, and but welcome, and you're ready to go.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm obviously not Lori, as she just presented before. My name is Cassie Amiot. I'm a resource and planning coordinator here at Lambton County Developmental Services. And I'm just going to give you a little tidbit of information about our Empowering Employment Services, which are a division of LCDS. So we offer job support to people who are currently in our services. The goal, of course, is to support people within our service to gain meaningful employment within Lambton County communities. We offer Lambton County businesses the opportunity to obtain dependable, hardworking, flexible, supported long-term employees. Our services offer pre-screened applicants to employers, job readiness for people supported, resume writing, skill building in that sense, no cost individualized job training for people supported, job coaching to maintain that employer-employee satisfaction and relationship, on-site maintenance for people who potentially have been employed long-term, but offer those on-site maintenance check-ins to ensure that people are still happy with their employment and their employer is still satisfied. We act as a liaison between employer and employee. And of course, we have a job posting board and offer that application support for people, help them apply and gain employment. The hope ultimately is to inspire and educate people with developmental disabilities, potential employers, and the community to recognize the value of employment, how life-changing and empowering employment can truly be in someone's life. So that's all I have. Thanks.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. And now we're at our question period. So I just wanted to reach out to Shelby and find out if we have any questions from our viewers.
We don't have any questions in the comment section at this time.
Not at this time? Okay. I do want to share, I did receive an email from Beth George Watson, and I'm not sure if this was from a question earlier on in the presentation. She did bring forward some information about a program that runs in Chatham, Kent, which is probably very similar to the program Stepping Stones, and it is called Making It Happen. And it is a program that's offered through the Chatham, Kent Community Living. So she said that would be the closest one to Stepping Stones, just in case one of our viewers were inquiring about that. So moving forward, our next topic that we'll be speaking about is respite. So our first presenter, I would like to invite Melanie again from Pathways Health Center for Children. Hi, Melanie. We're all set for you. Oh, you're on mute.
All right. So I'm chatting with you. Jen, can you let me know if you can see my screen? Because I can't see it up.
Okay.
Oh, shoot. Nope, not working. Okay. So I'm going to go without screen share.
Okay, gotta love technology.
So I'm going to chat with you about our family and transition support services. So what is it and what do we do? We offer one-to-one support for a family member with a disability. We support folks in their homes and in their communities. We provide opportunities for recreation and leisure activities. We provide opportunities for life skill development, community engagement, participation, making connections to meet new people. We also offer assistance with navigating community resources, assistance to navigate funding processes through both children's funding and adult funding. We also offer life transition planning from school to work and then work to community. So who is this for? Anyone that has an identified disability who is ages birth to over the age of 18 would qualify for this service. So how do we go about purchasing these services? So Pathways is a designated transfer payment agency with Passport One. We would also accept payment through ACSD funding. So that's funding for assistance for children with severe disabilities. ASD funding, which is Autism Spectrum Disorder Respite funding. Enhanced respite funding, passport funding, special services at home funding, OAP funding, which is the Ontario Autism Program funding, as well as private or fee-for-service agreements. So if someone approached us with wanting to make private payments, then we would provide services that way as well. So the way that you can apply for our services are by meeting with myself. You can make an individual referral through our website, or you can give the center a call, and I would meet with you and go through our application process. So it would be one-on-one, either virtually or face-to-face. That can happen. Because I can't share my screen, I can't share my contact information with you, but you can call the center directly. And again, my name is Melanie Call, and they would connect you with me to be able to start that process. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Melanie. And again, if anybody needs her contact information, and you can also email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com or message us through Facebook at Jumpstart Committee Sarnia. Our last presenter for respite, I'd like to welcome again Norma from Community Living Sarnia. Hi, Norma. We're all set for you.
Okay, I'm just going to take a moment to share my screen. Okay, so it's my pleasure to talk about the family respite options that community living offers. One of our goals and missions is that we understand the importance of having time to relax and recharge batteries. Our family respite option aims to facilitate opportunities for your family to enjoy worry-free relaxation, knowing that your loved one is also enjoying a supported respite experience. This service gives caregivers time away from their regular responsibilities, a chance to re-energize, and an opportunity to pursue their own interests. We can provide your family with both in-home respite supports as well as out-of-home respite support services geared specifically to your child, youth, or adult. We offer both the children and adult respite services. Within the children's area, we offer out-of-home respite. We offer weekend respite. And again, this is all pre-COVID. We have just recently started offering respite as individuals and families needed it. Very small one-to-one type respites within our any of our respite homes or apartment locations. And again, depending on the service agreements, the caregiver may take you out of your home for activities, or again, we are doing some of the one-to-ones right now just because of people's needs. And again, making sure that all COVID pre-screening and safety is #1 priority. Under our children's respite program, we have the Summer Youth Adventures. The Summer Youth Adventure Camp is a camp offered throughout the summer for 8 weeks. And it's offered to anybody between the ages of 4 to 18 with a developmental and or physical disability. The camp includes activities that allow campers to explore within their community has to offer, and emphasis is on integration and inclusiveness. Popular theme days and special guests, along with exciting day trips out of town and 1 or 2 overnight adventures each year. The camp provides a high staff to participant ratio, which allows campers to the support needs to access a wide range of activities, and they may not otherwise have that opportunity to experience. And again, due to the COVID this year, the summer program was not offered as a camp. However, they did do a lot of activities virtually with the participants that had registered for the program. For the children's respite program, so anyone under the age of 18, the contact for that program is Christy Bodkin at Community Living, and her information is there. The adult respite program, again, offers out-of-home family respite, weekend retreats, sensational Saturdays, and in-home respite as well. And one Beth had mentioned in her presentation, as far as the out-of-home family respite coming into our apartments, there was a couple young gentlemen, probably, I'm aging myself now, but probably 18 years ago, that came into the respite apartments on a weekend basis for approximately a year. Whenever they booked themselves in, they booked themselves together, and they have lived independently on their own for the past 18 years as roommates. So it does, it's a great opportunity to learn the skills needed to become independent and live on their own. Under the respite, there's also the Alhambra Days that are offered in Grand Bend on Klondike Road. They have theme days that they offer, and again, due to COVID, these are not happening at current time. However, the staff have been very resourceful, and they have now are offering through Zoom girls talk, drawing class, grub club, Wednesday workouts, and let's dance. And if the participants require any type of supplies to perform the activity, the staff are delivering them throughout Lambton County so that they can participate in the cooking classes, in the grub class. If the drawing or the any art supplies, it's all being delivered to the participant at their home so that they can participate. And for the adult respite, the contact person is Connie Smits. And again, that's at Community Living, and she's at extension 235.
Thank you so much, Norma. And I'll just check in with Shelby. Shelby, do we have any questions for our presenters?
We don't have any questions for our presenters at this time.
And if there are any questions, again, our viewers can direct those questions to our Facebook page, JumpStart Committee Sarnia, or you can email us at jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com. We will go to our next topic, which is housing. And I would like to welcome, I'm not sure if it's going to be Cassandra or Lori, from Lambton County Developmental Service. Hi, Lori.
Hi there, all set?
All set for you.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so I'm back to talk about what housing options Lambton County Developmental Services has to offer. I'm just going to share my screen so that you guys can see our brochure. Okay, you can see that okay, Jen?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. So we have a few different housing options that I want to talk to you about. If you look in this section over here in the top left corner, that's where we talk about our residential services. So first we have our group accommodation, or you may have heard it be called a group home. So that's where we provide people with 24-hour support. Many of them live with a few roommates, and again get that 24-hour around-the-clock support. We also, for a housing option, have our supported independent living program. So this focuses on the concentration of teaching skills that are necessary to live independently. So people who live in our SIL program will get approximately, on average, 2 hours a day of support, where again, they're focusing on teaching those skills so that they can live quite independently on their own. We have a residential care home. So this is where we actually have employed LCDS staff who live in the home and provide care to the people that live there. So it's a little bit different than a group home. It's less staff turnaround and just that one main staff living in the home so that it's a consistent support for the person. Our last housing option is called host family. This is where we match people with families out in the community who are looking to provide some support. So people would live and receive support from a family other than their own. So that's called our host family supports. So those are our housing options for Lambton County Developmental Services. And as always, if you have any question for us, please let us know. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lori. And our next presenter, I will welcome Norma back again from Community Living Sarnia to talk about their housing options. Hi, Norma.
Hi, I'm back again. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. And if I use the right mouse, it works better that way. Okay, so I'm here now to speak about our housing supports. Very similar to Lambton County services, the types of supports that we offer. So we do offer 24-hour support at group living, live-in support, supported independent living, and host family homes. All housing supports is accessed through referrals through Developmental Services Ontario, who manage the wait list and will determine a best needs-based placement for each person. So supported independent living, you can receive minimal assistance with tasks such as cooking and budgeting throughout the week or month while living in your own apartment or townhouse by yourself or with a roommate. Group living supports is around-the-clock staffing can be provided for you to live in a group setting or a smaller housing unit based upon individuals' needs and wants. Share your home. Okay. Oops, sorry. Share your home, very similar to the host home that was previously mentioned. Share your home providers share their family home with an adult who has an intellectual or developmental disability. You can experience the benefits of living in a family environment. Qualified share your home providers are matched according to your interests and your lifestyles. You'll be provided community involvement opportunities and social inclusion while living within the host family. And again, for more information on housing supports, you would contact Developmental Services Ontario. As I said earlier, they hold the wait list, and then we work in conjunction with them when we have a vacancy and provide an opportunity for someone to move into one of our locations. Thank you. And I put Developmental Services information there again.
Well, thank you so much, Norma. Our last presenter for the evening, I'd like to welcome back Julie from St. Francis Advocate to speak about housing. Hi, Julie. You're just on mute.
Hi, Jennifer.
Hi, we're all set for you.
Okay, great. Can I go ahead?
Absolutely. The floor is yours.
So hi, everyone. Again, I'm Julie Vanderkant, and I am an employee of St. Francis Advocates, and I'm here just to talk about our housing services at St. Francis Advocates. St. Francis Advocates is a tri-county community agency that operates 12 residential homes in Lambton, Kent, and Essex counties. Our residential locations are 24-hour supports, and they are based on person-directed plans. We also operate a supported independent living program, which helps people in areas of money management or life skills and connecting with services in their community and social skills. Residential programs are there to help people with self-help skills and independent living, along with leisure and community activities. All of our service requests come through the Developmental Services Ontario. And our mission is to provide innovative, creative, personalized, and progressive services to the people we support. We're dedicated to making a difference in people's lives. Thank you, and have a good night, everyone.
Thank you so much, Julie. And I'm just now going to check in with Shelby to see that if there's any questions from our viewers.
Hi, everyone. We currently don't have any questions right now, but thank you everyone for presenting.
And I do want to let our viewers know that I know a lot of information was shared tonight and that this is a recorded fair. And we will post that recording on our Facebook page. So to find that Facebook page, just search JumpStart Committee Sarnia. And we'll also be sharing it with our community partners. I am going to share the screen. And, I just need, Evan, if you could allow me to share the screen, and I'll bring up.
Yep, you're good to go.
Wonderful, thank you. So tonight we had quite a few different agencies presenting. And so what we have gathered is everybody was presented tonight. We do have their phone number, their website. And underneath too, I have added supports offered with the topics that were spoken about tonight, because there are quite a few agencies like Community Living Sarnia that spoke on 3 different areas tonight. So with our viewers, if this is something you wanted to take a screenshot of with your phone, we also will post this on our Facebook page. So there is this one here, and then I will scroll down. And here's the second set of agencies that had participated tonight. I also wanted to let our viewers know that we are creating information bags, which will contain pamphlets, any information that our community partners want to share. We are creating these information bags, and they will be available starting December 14th and into the new year. And to get a hold of one of those information bags, just to have a hard copy of the things that were discussed tonight, just send us an email at our email address, jumpstartcommittee@gmail.com, or send us a message through Facebook. And again, just search JumpStart Committee Sarnia, and then we will be in contact with you. We'll arrange a safe way to get that information to you. So if you're interested in one of those information bags, again, they'll be ready by December 14th and into the new year. Send us a message and we'll have that set. Thank you so much for your time tonight. And I hope that everyone walked away with some more information for their child.